I've always been interested in sound, wherever it came from, and synthesizer was actually something that really interested me. And I was always dreaming and reading of these instruments, and at this time you couldn't get in the internet, you could only read through magazines and maybe phoning up some friends.
So try to figure the situation when you find a catalog from Roland with this huge synthesizer pictured on it. It was facing on a new world. No one knows what kind of machine can be so big, so menacing, so powerful. And when you find that it was a synthesizer with 9 oscillators in the same machine, it was a real a dream come true. Concerning the 700, you have to remember that it was a very precious and rare instrument.
At the time, it was just impossible to buy these instruments. It's just like buying a flat or buying an instrument.
Roland modular and semi-modular synthesizers were, you know, they were really just, I mean, I don't even know how to word this.
This one could be the most beautiful, most powerful, most right start for try to figure how to work with the analog sound. This is the king of analog modular synthesizer of the ancient ages. When we talk about the synthesizer like this one, the 700, we are talking of a huge machine, a huge modular machine that can generate really complex sounds.
The sound is very, very thick sound, and it's as you have many possibilities that I really appreciate in this system. You have 9 oscillators, different filters, multimode filters, filter bank, LFOs, sequencer, phaser, and it's all there in one big system made out of 6 cabinets.
The sound, the power of the SYSTEM-700 is so overwhelming, is enormous. For that kind of reason, you have to be very respectful behind this machine.
I mean, it all comes down to sonic characteristic. It is very stable. It's very classic. You know, I hate to use that term classic, but you know, frankly speaking, it is. You know, you think of any major artist from the era that came out, and they were using the, you know, the 100. I would say the majority, because the 700 is so rare and is a behemoth. This one was a lot more, or the 100 was a lot more accessible. So every major studio had one, and they were used. Every major musician used a 100 in that era.
It's such a neat system. It's complete. The modules are just fantastic. The sound is great, and if you make a patch and you turn it on 3 days later, the sound is still there. It's not drifting. It's in tune, and I think from the big ones, this is the one that I prefer.
One of the things that is so special about the 100 is, you know, world of Moogs that were, if you opened a door, it would go drastically out of tune. These things are rock solid. That synthesizer, which, those aren't the original size, that thing's been beat to shit. I got it from Perfect Circuit. Thing's fucking still perfectly in tune. It is an absolute workhorse. It's wonderfully over-engineered. It's, you know, it's a fantastic thing.
I think Roland has done very important steps with the SYSTEM-100, 100M, 700 and so on, and I'm quite anxious to see what they're up to.
So I went to the Tokyo Festival of Modular and really I met some Roland staff and really just instantly hit it off, and just really we had a lot in common. We talked quite a bit, so I kept in contact, and when I came back to the States, I just kind of flippantly sent an email saying, hey, if, whatever, nice hanging out with you guys. If you ever want to work on something together, let me know. And almost instantly got an email back saying we were thinking the same thing. Why don't you come back to Tokyo and let's talk?
Now, currently, Roland has entered in the Eurorack format. Roland has presented 5 modules from a Series 500. The first step in the Eurorack market with a double oscillator module, a double filter, a double amplifier, double envelope, and a full function single module with a short delay and gate delay and LFOs, etc. So it's the first start of the brand new way of make electronic music with Eurorack from Roland. It's very nice to see that the new modules from Roland are very similar in graphics, in colors, in impact, like the old 700 and the SYSTEM-100M. So the legacy from Roland Modular is still alive. It's a good idea.
Designing the 500 series, I know the originals quite intimately, and the oscillators has a square that is, will make your hair stand up because it's just a woolly, just a wonderful hollow, or just a very rich sound. If you listen to that filter, it is, you can close your eyes and think of, just say the word Roland, and you're going to have a sound of a filter that comes to your brain, and that was recreated absolutely perfectly with SYSTEM-500. That's Roland. That's a Roland filter. And I could go through each module and tell you, some buzzwords that everybody else uses. But the thing is, whenever you play this, you're going to say, "Oh, Fat Dude was right. This thing sounds just like what I think Roland sounds like." It's a lot of responsibility to, hey kid, make a Roland product and represent Roland, and it would be a shame if I didn't over-engineer, or if I cut some sort of corner, or if I did something half-ass, as opposed to keep with tradition of the originals. So, in addition to the oscillator, for example, sounding incredible, it also tracks wonderfully, it tracks exceptionally well. One thing that Roland and Malekko are absolutely eye to eye on is attention to detail and quality. And so that was really the easiest part of this partnership, is because it has both the Roland logo and the Malekko logo on it, and I take both of those very seriously, as does Roland. Every part that's on every one of these modules is not only the best that you can possibly get, but it meets Roland standards, Malekko standards together. This is what I'm doing. I'm creating an instrument, and not just 5 different modules. So I want the system to be an instrument, I want it to be sexy, and I want it to be fun to play. I want people to gravitate toward it and then start touching it. And so, voila, SYSTEM-500.